Today, we'll be looking at the new start after a breakup. Something that's quite painful for most of us, but most of us will have this experience in life. However, let's look at the cards. Let's look at the things that kind of stick out for me in your readings. So as you can see, you have lots of swords, which is not surprising because swords are usually associated with pain, with experiencing disappointment, defeat, in life, which, breakups can cause in us. You have, I'm going to start with positives here. You have a healing card on the left side, on the feminine side, which is a good sign, which means that you will definitely have an opportunity to heal from this, okay? But we're gonna have to find and look at ways how to heal from this, because from what I can see, there might be some form of quite toxic ties with this person. On one side we have a couple, we have a breakup. This is from Symbolon tarot deck, made in Germany, and we have two figures, standing on each side of the cliff, and apparently they have had some disagreements. Now we have this sword in the middle, with a heart, symbol of relationship, but also a symbol for the breakup, as the sword separates their world now. And in the background we can see the red sky, which is definitely not a good sign. So you might have had some kind of quarrels, disagreements, toxic relationships with this person, whether it could be a friend, you could have a breakup with your friend. It could be a significant other, anyone who you split from recently, who you walked away from, or maybe you are just thinking about them. Maybe you're just being sick of this relationship that doesn't seem to bring anything positive to your life at the moment. Now we have a associated astrological sign of Aries, and as you know, Aries are quite fiery, and right next to it we have the Knight of Rods here. Knight of Rods, they can be quite selfish sometimes. They can be very they can charge us with a positive energy. They have sense of humor. They can be very attractive to the eye. They can be very attractive to the ear as well. They can say a lot of pleasant things, but when they say something negative, it can hurt us very badly as well. So if you have such person, it's almost like you can't really win, because they're not very empathetic. So if you are dealing with someone who is not very empathetic, it's probably better to go your own way. And I'm gonna focus on this middle line now, because it looks like because you have a defeat card here, the Five of Swords, and fives are usually not really good cards, but this one particular has experienced some deep wounds, as you can see, you can tell, by the color combination, and you have these droplets of blood, so that's definitely not a good sign. It looks like you are kind of drowning in the depths of pain. The card is associated with Venus, so we are talking about a very sensitive place, in our heart, and also in our mind. Our heart, our emotions are associated and connected with our mind and with our thoughts, so enough has been said in this relationship. There was a lot of pain, and now we need to heal. This middle line definitely suggests that we need to heal. Now we've got a dream card just right above it. Have you been dreaming about finding a perfect partner for life, soulmate, a perfect friend, someone who would understand you, who would listen to you, and that's all about this card. It's all about that. But in order for you to make this come true, you're gonna have to realize that the reality is probably far away from this, because do you sometimes gravitate towards people who do not necessarily respect your boundaries, they don't respect your expectations, who you are, your opinions and so on. You should definitely stand your ground. You have another card that suggests that you have big dreams, you have visions about relationships. We have the sleeping beauty here, and she's just, as you can see here, we have two hands here. She's waiting for the prince to come and save her from this sleeping place, so you are in a kind of stagnation position, the card is associated with the Cancer astrological sign and with the moon. So we're talking about deep emotion, sensitivity, you're deeply connected with your emotions. But like I said, it doesn't really look like you have someone who could understand your emotions the way you need it. And another associated astrological sign is Pisces and Neptune as a planet. And so we are talking about this collective mindset. You are very empathetic, whereas you kind of seem to bump into people who are not who do not reciprocate what you're saying, what you're doing, and so on. It just doesn't come back to you. You have another stagnating card here. We have Hanged Man. And if you know something about the tarot cards, Hanged Man symbolizes this stagnation, gestative state of mind. So you can't really move forward very easily, So now think about those things like house. Do you still live with this person? House is a significant card, and because we have house just above the couple, is it someone who is still very close to you? Is it someone that you are gravitating towards too because they have a very strong mindset, strong kind of personality and charisma that you seem to gravitate towards? Do not necessarily always think that people like that, people who are influential, are also powerful enough to make your life good. It has to be you who will compromise on it. Do not necessarily think that. I think that because you are in this stagnation position, it's about time for you to kind of realize, because we're not stagnating in life for nothing. We are stagnating so we do realize what's happening. And the fourth of swords that you have on the right side, that means that you have to actively approach it, because the right side is the masculine side, so you have to actively approach this. It's also a card that's kind of associated with stagnation, but it's a retreat. It's a time during which we should start to think about what to do, how to resolve this, and you're gonna have to really take it into your hands. You have the card Possibilities above this Four of Swords, and as you can see, it's a very beautiful and positive card, and we have the eagle flying above this beautiful landscape, and the possibilities. It's all about seeing things from the bird's perspective, and I think that's probably also associated with the healing card. And what you should do is definitely to see things from above, to be able to see what's really happening, because you do suffer. You have Nine of Swords, and that really is a significant card for the greatest pain. It's almost like things escalated, things just piled up, and now we really do see like this ball, that's tied to, it's a form of prison. It's tied to his leg, and it's almost like you feel there is no escape, but there is escape, because obviously the answer to it is the card Possibilities, because all you must do is to start seeing things from above, like this eagle. Now you have an intuition card, when it comes to the energy, because I always want to look at the energy, you know, when I see cards like this. And intuition is all about, you should listen to your heart. Now, probably not all of you, but for some of you, you have a friend who is listening to you, you know, to whom you tell everything. Now, we have an astrological sign of Gemini. Okay, so it's a very close person, but we also have Taurus. Sometimes Taurus can be unpredictable when it comes to relationships, because they tend to kind of compare themselves with the other person. You know, I'm Taurus, so I'm talking from personal experience here as well. And then we've got this card falseness, you know, where you see the snake and cat. Obviously they're not very good friends. Now, it sometimes helps when people are listening to us, but we should really start using our intuition to really see into what is the other people's motives for them to be in our life, if that makes sense. You know, I'm sure you will know exactly what I'm talking about, you know, so you really use your critical thinking before you say something to the closest friends, because those friends might be also associated with a person with whom you have a toxic relationship. And I have a feeling that for some of you, that means that everything that you are telling this person might be also shared with the potential you know, person in question, the person that we are talking about. I seriously feel that your options when it comes to this reading and you see your life, you know, we all have to certain degree experience pain. For some of you, this will be very appropriate reading. I feel that really you should start listening to your heart, and if you feel that something is wrong, you should really open the exit door and start searching for what you really desire, you know, in the first place, to find a person who is on the same page with you. That's this lover here. And you will find them. You're gonna have to start healing from the relationship that was toxic in your life. And if you can't move right now, do it slowly, you know, don't do it overnight if you can't do it. But like I said, really important thing is to start seeing things from above, you know, like this eagle. You're gonna have to start thinking about stuff from bird's perspective, okay? And then everything will start make sense. So this was the reading for you today, and it was about a new start after breakup, okay? Whether you have already break up with this person or whether you are still in a relationship, I think that there was definitely some advice that you can use on this journey. I hope everything goes well when it comes to this, and I might hear you with my next reading with a slightly different topic again, and bye bye for now.